So I'm not disinterested in art by any means anymore. I just seem to be disinterested in creating it. But, you know, maybe that's just where I am at this point in life. I seem to be I've been struggling with it because people ask me, well, I'll be out in public and say, I'll be introduced. Someone will say, this is Mary Open. She's a great artist. And I think, you've never seen my work. You don't even know if I'm creating, if I'm not creating. You know, I would encourage you to keep creating. Kind of like when we were talking about relationships, just let it be and see what happens. I think that's where I am right now. I think I'm just letting it be and seeing what happens with me if the creative process emerges again, or am I going to just be a happy little person that looks around the house and thinks, I better dust. You know?
Sure. There was a time I was meditating a few years ago, and I was trying to find meaning behind something, and I saw a grocery sack, and it was caught in a tree, in my neighbor's tree, and I fixated on that, and to me there was meaning behind that, and the way I took that was like a sign from God, like, hey, this is reality, Jerod, that I'm looking for beauty a lot, you know, and then you got this grocery sack caught up in this tree, and it was funny, and it was also, to me, it was like God telling me, like, this is just, there's going to be something in your way, all if not most of the time, one little thing in the way of mine.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Whatever I think is beautiful.
Yeah. Because for me, the divine comes through nature. You know, we're part of nature, so it can come through another human being, or I see the numinous, the God, the divine, whatever you choose to call it, that which is greater than us. You know, is to me so revealed in nature. And I get very upset when I see more, like when the cell towers first started coming up. They were like your grocery bag. I hated them. I thought it was my brother, well, I have an obscene name for it, but it was another marring of the landscape. But that's probably one of the little gems I learned from my mentor in college, was that, you know, a work will, two mentors in particular, a work will often take you places where you have no intention of going. And maybe life's that way. I have never, you know, I read about people who always wanted to do something and they achieve it. I haven't approached my life that way. I'm sort of in the stream, and sometimes I get caught on a rock and I can't get off of it, and other times I break free and on I go, and it that doesn't mean I've lived an aimless life by any means, but I do kind of let life take me places. I don't always take life places myself, if that makes any.
I've become a very spiritual person.
Yes, I've gathered that, yeah.
And have you? Has it gone into your work? How has that affected you as an artist?
When I was a little bit younger than you are now, all of my work, this was back in the 80s, I was working with waste, with reclaimed things. And it was very much caught up in my religious practice, you know, the notion of being reclaimed, of being redeemed, being found. You know, that God loves us and can reclaim us, you know. I even have some old writings of old broken shells. I collected old broken shells of the ocean because there's even beauty in the old broken shell. We always think that the shell has to
Sure.
be perfect, you know, these beautiful, gorgeous shells that I'd either find in the Mississippi River or out on the Atlantic, that they had to be perfect. And I just found beauty in broken things. And so I used that because I felt as a human being at that time that I was going through a difficult time, that I was feeling very broken.
It's tough for me to accept. Well, I mean any criticism, but you know, just criticism. Period.
It's hard.
I think it must be for any artist.
Yeah, it must
know,
be. Unless you are so confident in yourself,
Yeah.
which I'm not. My dear husband, my best friend, will often sing praises of me, which is very sweet. And my immediate response is to contradict it and say what's wrong with what he's just said.
Oh yeah, I do it too.
About whether it's a work of art or something I've done, you know, all I can think about. But today I'm at a point where I'd say since we last talked, I've really been letting go of a lot of things that I think I didn't do well in life. You know, mostly pertains to my interaction with fellow human beings, not so much my artwork, but I'm just, you know, I can't change the past. I can't go back and change the fact that I didn't like a painting or that I never finished that painting. Maybe I just need to leave it behind and go forward into something new. You know, it's just, you know, you can carry so much baggage around with you that
I dwell.
I
And
dwell.
I want to get better.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough.
Honestly.
Yeah.